Do you get upset with the unimportant things in life and let them take you over? Let the emotions flow when it really is unimportant? Okay, it is Lynnie Wennerstrom. It is Lynnie Wennerstrom. And I am here to help you to find your purpose. And every single day I show up with this book from Dr. Shad Helmstetter. Yes, I know it has a million things. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? It's very well loved. And every day I read a passage from this book to you to help you to find your purpose. It's meant to help you to go inside and think about things. And it's a self-talk phrase, which if you're familiar with what I do, I am a self-talk trainer and a certified life coach with the Life Coach Institute. Dr. Shad Helmstetter is the person who has created all these things, and with his over 40 years of experience working with the human condition, the human brain, learning all about that and putting it all together in a way that makes it very simple for you and me to understand what's going on with neuroplasticity, with the brain. That just basically means that the brain is constantly rewiring itself. You are not born with a certain amount of brain power. You are always growing more, creating more neural pathways, and your strongest programs, whether they are positive or negative, will always win. And over 77% of those that you have right now in your conscious mind are negative, hold you back, or they're actually harmful for you in some way. And in our subconscious mind, we have over 90% of those programs that are just running on autopilot. So when we stop being mindful of our lives and what we're doing, and we just get tired, or we just start watching television or something, those programs kick in, and they are the autopilot of our lives. And I don't know about you, but I sure don't want autopilot working when 90% of them are negative. So, or harmful, or holding us back, or stopping us from becoming all that we want to become. So these are the self-talk phrases that Dr. Shad created. It's a language of success, and it's called positive self-talk. You've heard of self-talk before. We all have self-talk. It's always going on. But what is it that you are saying to yourself when you talk to yourself? Are you saying things that are awesome and amazing and powerful and empowering and believing in you and faith and knowing that you can do absolutely anything and that you are unlimited? Or are you saying, I'm not good enough, I don't have enough, I'm not strong enough, I don't have the willpower, I'm not as good as this person or that person, I've never done anything like that before, so I probably can't. Like all of these things that are so limiting. Is that you? If that is, then you can fix that. You can absolutely. It's not about fixing, it's about rewiring your brain. Your brain is plastic, and it will always form new neural pathways so that you can create these stronger, more powerful programs. And you can find that in the description. I always put the link in there. You can get 30 days free for that. That is Dr. Shad Helmstetter's app that he has created, and that belongs to the Self-Talk Institute. So let's read for June 1st. Let's read your passage. Not sure what happened. The sun is going down. Oh, I know what. Let's see. The sun is going down. Oh, well, that's okay. Not going down, but it's still bright. Anyway, that gave me a little bit of shade. I got a little too much sun today. Can you tell? It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So let's see. Let's see if I can get a little bit out of, well, that's in the sun. I don't know. I'm a little shaded. I'm a little shady, but let's see how we can do this. That's too much. Okay. Well, it's going to be a little bit shady, but that's okay. So today is day 153. There are 213 days left in 2024, and we are now almost 42% done with 2024. So June 1st. Welcome, June. Whee! Very exciting. Okay, June 1st. I never let myself overstress or get upset with the unimportant things in life. Remember I asked you, do you get upset with the unimportant things in life? I take life seriously, but never more seriously than it deserves to be taken. I stay practical, always keep my balance, make sure my vision of tomorrow is clear and strong, and let the small things pass. Do you let the small things pass? You know, I have a client that she had just sometimes her brother irks her and is not always there for her as much as, you know, that people can be supportive and helping her out. And he does these little things sometimes that just don't seem to make any sense to her, and actually create a little bit of consternation for her. And the other day he had done something that irritated her, and she was just like this for a second, and then she let it pass, and then it just didn't bother her. And this is what happens when you listen to self-talk, because this language of success, of empowerment, of self-belief, of believing that you can do absolutely anything you put your mind to, it's very, very powerful. And it is changing her brain, which I get to see all the time as I'm coaching her. And I know for a fact it has changed mine. The little things just don't seem important anymore. Those unimportant little things become unimportant. Sometimes they're little things that get to us, but for the most part, they become unimportant. And you start feeling it, and you see how quickly the shift of changing, when those things that emotionally get you, they trigger you, and all of a sudden they don't have that power over you anymore any longer. There's something that has happened. It's like, and then you're just like, oh well, do, and you're on to things that you want to do and want to think about and want to put your energy into. And we don't want to put our energy into things that are unimportant, yet they trigger us because of our programs. And so what are we doing when we listen to this self-talk? We are changing our programs. And that's what I help you to do as your life coach. I help you to change your mental programs. And you are in concert with using the self-talk app, which is in the description. And then I help you also to learn and practice. Well, you have to practice them, but I teach you these amazing, very practical, very useful, very powerful, and these life concepts that all successful people use in order to have success. And I say all, they don't use all of them, but they use quite a few of them. And so I help you with those, and you do these little assignments that really help you to see the power of these concepts, these key life concepts that will shift you from not having, from moving in maybe a negative direction, or not seeing things in a positive light, to having success, like my client, where the trigger from her brother didn't bother her. Like it did for a second. The program was triggered, and then she had these new programs that have been rewriting the programs and are now rewired into her brain. They are the stronger programs, so that little trigger of gone. It was there for a second, but the comeback, the ability to be so powerful within yourself and to solve these issues. A lot of times we think, man, why do I get so emotionally involved in these things? It's not worth it. I don't want to put my energy here. Yet we just feel like we can't move ourselves away from it. It just, like, it eats at us, and we keep thinking about it, and it gets bigger and bigger. We build a story around it, and all of a sudden this person is such a villain. They did this to me. And well, we can recognize now that that's being in the drama triangle, and that you are playing the role of the victim. And then when you get angry and kind of strike out, even in your mind, then you're being the persecutor. And then you say, I'm going to go have a bowl of ice cream. And then you're the rescuer. That is the drama triangle in a very short little, small little bite-sized piece of how things work. And so you're just like, ding, 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 ding. And then you might say, If it weren't for him or her or that or whatever, I wouldn't be eating this ice cream right now. So now you're the victim to the ice cream, and you're the perpetrator. You're you're now you're with the saying that it's somebody else's fault, so, or something else's fault. So anyway, that is how that works. And so we are the self-talk language of success is very, very powerful. Now I got the sun like right on me. And so when you listen, and you're just listening 15 minutes a day, you can do it 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, which is much more powerful. So you could do 30 minutes, and you just put it on, and you listen to it passively. Like, you're not saying, hey, what does that say? You're literally just putting it on while you're brushing your teeth, while you're driving, while you're walking, while, doing exercise. It's not the primary thing you're doing. It's just there as background. And that's how it works. It's really, really powerful. And it's because your brain is constantly recording that everything. It's always recording everything. Record. That which is repeated, which is what this language is about, is repetition. And me coming here and reading these passages to you, it's repetition. I'm always here. I'm always reading them. They're very, very positive. And it's repetition that you can do this, that you can find your purpose, and you are unlimited. You can do absolutely anything. And I want to just have that. I hope that you're here every single day, so I can just say it and say it and say it, and it goes into your brain, and you hear it and you hear it. And pretty soon you're like, one day you wake up and you say, I can do anything. Today is a really good day. I'm going to find my purpose today. I'm going to set a goal to find my purpose. My goal is to find my purpose by the end of June. And I mean, things like that just start happening for you. And that's because of repetition. That's how our brain is to work. So the self-talk app is very, very helpful. And then my coaching you, which I invite you to email me for a free session. And all you need to do is email me at Lynnie@LynnieMotivates.com. and put winner in the subject line, because you are a winner. And it's only your programs that have held you back, have kept you from creating or being or doing anything that you have wanted to do. That's it. The thoughts about being in lack, that you don't have enough, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, all of those things are programs, and all of those things can be changed. And a lot of those stem from self-worth, so self-esteem. And so in underlying all of these mental programs, this language of success is self-esteem, building your self-esteem. Because this is how, when you hold yourself in high esteem, and what does esteem mean? What does having self-esteem mean? It means, like, how do you see yourself? How do you estimate you? If you look at yourself, how do you estimate, like, in your estimation, how do you stack up for yourself? This is not comparaitis, although many of us do that. That's part of the culture, right? If you don't have the right look, if you are not wearing the right makeup, if you're not wearing the right clothes, if buy this, eat this food because it'll help you do this, buy this makeup because it'll change the way you look and you'll look like a celebrity, or drink this water because it will hydrate and nourish you. Usually all of these are toxic things. So really do your homework on all these things. But anyway, these are things that tell us that we are in lack, that we need something else. And you don't need anything. You live in a very abundant universe. We all live in a very abundant universe. It may seem that there's separation. It may seem that I can touch myself, right? I'm here. I can feel myself. That's because we're on planet Earth. And planet Earth, where matter is, it's very dense. Very, very dense. And the more that we move into love, joy, gratitude, and really vibrate at a higher frequency, that's when we create the life that we really want for ourselves. And it's deep inside of us. And that's when we find, like, we also find our purpose, when we are when we're vibrating at those high frequencies of love and joy and peace and gratitude and happiness. And these things really help us to feel good about ourselves and feel satisfied with who we are and what we are, and know that we are not in lack. And also know that we get to create, we get to bring from the invisible, we get to create the visible. From the invisible, we create the visible. This is like the act of goal setting. I tell you, it's a spiritual practice. You can't see when you have a goal. You can't see what the benefits of it. I mean, you know the benefits, but you can't hold it, touch it. It's not a thing yet. Even if it's like a business or something, you can't see the bank account. You can't, in your mind's eye. Hopefully, you are envisioning it, because it exists. It exists as you see it, and probably better. Usually, it's better because the universe knows exactly what's highest and best for you. So when you are vibrating and you know, and you are in that consciousness, you are in the happy consciousness, you are in the abundant consciousness, you are in the health consciousness, that you are healthy. By the way, no matter what you have health-wise, that's another thing. You are able to bring health into your life. And the only part that people would say, well, I have this or that and it's forever, and it's incurable and all of that. One, I don't believe in incurable yet, because I've seen and done things for myself that were supposed to be incurable, and they were not incurable. They were curable, and that's all just in our heads. And because we are the drivers of our boat, we have a rudder on the boat. We get to steer them. We get to find our purpose. We get to have that meaning and have that direction in our lives that work for us, that we get to decide. And so when it comes to your health, and unless you have, my belief is we've chosen all of this, and we chose when we enter, and the time, the place, the space, we choose it all. And then we exit, we also choose our exit. So if, it's this or that that's going to get us, then this or that, it's not getting us. It's just that's how we take our final bow, and then we exit stage. So until then, we get to create and do anything that we want to. We are unlimited. You are unlimited. You can create and be and become and change absolutely anything about yourself. Absolutely anything. I'm not talking about eye color or height or any of that kind of stuff. These are part of what you came in, and you chose the vessel, and the vessel, hopefully you're taking very good care of it. But anything that you want to create financially or health-wise, or relationships, or having peace in your life and creating all of that, you are in charge of that. So these things, going back to the unimportant, when something is unimportant, when you start using this self-talk, which is a success language, you will start seeing that you will rewire your brain, and those unimportant things that really are unimportant and you really would like not to engage with them, it irritates you to no end that you are spending so much energy on something or someone that is unimportant, but you just can't get it out of your head. Or sometimes you're just really angry about it, and you want to ruminate on it. And but then that's something that's important to you. We're talking about something unimportant here, and it's all in your perspective. It's the picture of it, how you see it. So, and it is your life and your reality, so you get to create that. So these unimportant things, just like my client with her brother that irritated her, just like a little irritation, and then bzz, she sails free, be free. And she sails off to do the things that she really wants to, and puts her energy where she wants to. And it's that quick. It's literally just like seconds or maybe a minute, and that's it. As compared to hours or days or months, where it festers and festers, and the issues get in the tissues and create disease and all kinds of stuff. So you can imagine the power of this, of changing your brain, changing the frequency, because when things are unimportant and you don't give them the time, it's so easy to tell someone, oh, that's nothing, just don't even think about it. Don't give him that time. He doesn't deserve your energy. And those things, we get told those things a lot as we go through life. The thing is, we seem to not be able to stop thinking about those things. And this is how you stop. You change the way you change your brain. So you create stronger programs that tell you that you are able to just move forward. You keep moving forward into the future. You pay attention to the things that are important to you. You put your, like, where your focus goes, energy flows, and truly wherever you put your focus, that's the energy. That's the point of energy that you create. So when you have the beautiful thing about this language of success, the positive self-talk, is that it literally will rewire your brain for you. You don't have to do anything with the exception of pressing the button and listening, because it will rewire, and you will start noticing, probably in days, you'll start feeling more positive, and or you'll start feeling different things. I've shared with you before that 3 days after I started, all of a sudden I was writing goals. I was listening to positive self-talk for setting goals, and that's still one of my favorite ones, because I didn't really realize that setting goals, that goal setting, the active goal setting that I teach in coaching, is this active goal setting is so powerful, and that you continue to move yourself forward, and you really stop looking at the unimportant things. You don't allow the unimportant things, like the people that comment and don't believe in you, and hopefully you're not even sharing your ideas or your anything with these people that will try to knock you down. And sometimes it's not that they try to, it's just their own programs that are running that are negative, and they don't think anyone can make it. They can't, so you can't. And they don't want to see you be successful, because one, they don't want to be wrong, but two, like, they don't want to look bad. If they can't do it, they don't want you doing it. And so it's best not to share your dreams, your goals, and all of that with those kinds of people that their programs are not supportive and uplifting and caring about you. And so, yet the more that you set these goals and achieve, the more your self-esteem builds. And it's just the human experience. As you are probably aware, if you've been with me for any time, I'm a spiritual guide and mentor. And that, and my whole, everything that I teach is the spiritual journey, and then the human experience. So the human experience is what we're feeling and touching and all of this now. And so that is what it seems like, that's what's first and foremost for so many of us, because we can touch it, we can smell it, we can see it. We aren't beyond our senses. We're spiraling up when we want to be spiraling up. But when we're not really into the spiritual and meditating and feeling the love of the one energy, the universe, and we're not in that, we're in the 3D world. And that can be a little bit difficult. And this is why I bring those two, I marry them together, because they're very, very powerful. When you understand who and what you really are, then spiritually, you are light, you are a light being. And you can actually measure that, biophotons. And I mean, part of that, there's obviously that's in the human world, but you can measure the light, and you can see when someone's angry, it's like whew, the light goes like out into their field. And so you can measure that, and then you can bring that light back within. You can bring that light back within you when you meditate and you forgive and you have gratitude and joy, and you go to these high frequencies. You can bring your light back in, because that's your vitality. It's your vitality. So it's very, very cool, all of this. It's fun. So the human experience, though, the brain is, to me, that is probably your biggest asset. I used to say, as an unconventional health coach and calling myself, the common sense health expert, I coined myself that many, many moons ago, and I would say your health is your biggest asset, is your most important, is your most, it's just it's the best asset you could ever have. And I no longer actually believe that exactly. I mean, I think the brain on the human experience, because your brain, you can change anything. If you are thinking, if you change your programs, then you believe in yourself. You start believing that you can do anything. Your spiritual journey will also excel because of that, because it makes it much easier to think, I can do anything. Oh, where did that come from that I can do anything? Oh, the universe. And the belief is, for most of us, we know there's something much higher and deeper. And when we understand that it's within, just like our purpose is within, and we find that, we're not, where's my purpose? Ahoy, ahoy, where's my purpose? Nope, we're not doing that. It's all within. It's within you. And it's really easy to, when it's easy and it feels right, that's your purpose. Like you can tell, because it just is something that comes very easily. Your talents, your skills, you've probably gotten some skills to support it. If not, you can always get some. The skills, even like goal setting. That was the one thing I was mentioning earlier. Once I realized that goal setting was a skill and I could learn it, it was just like this, doing what? Anyway, because I just thought some people just had it in them to create goals and knew how to do it. So anyway, this passage today is so powerful, because when you change your self-talk, you change your life. When you change it from negative to positive, you change your life. And you start vibrating at a higher frequency. You start creating in your life, creating your reality, the things that you really want. You start having better, more positive relationships. You start creating the financial strength that you want to, because you have belief in yourself that you can do it. You can do anything. And so then these ideas start coming to you, and things just start to flow of how you can do it, because now you're unafraid. And you are moving forward, and you're setting goals, and you're bringing from the invisible, you're bringing the visible. So there is a lot going on when you, and your health and fitness, and you start, your self-esteem starts rising. And so anything that has to do with maybe holding on to weight, you start losing weight, because now the self-esteem is not involved. Now the self-esteem is very involved, and it's higher. Got a hummingbird buzzing around me. They love coming around here when I'm talking to you. So anyway, that's, everything just starts looking up: your health, your fitness, your career, your job. Like you're winning with people. So your relationship, your selling skills go up. Like everything just starts spiraling up, 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 up in a very positive way. Look how cute. Let's see if you can see. She is. Let me see if it's on it. I can't tell. There it is. I don't know if it's a she or a he. So anyway, that's enough for today. What do you think? So we kind of got all into the spiritual and the human experience, the spiritual journey. And I call that practical spirituality, because all of this is very, very practical. It's all very, very practical, and you can put it to use. You can practice it. And I really hope that you consider, and maybe it's not for you. So maybe you can tell someone, you can share this video. And this might help someone. I really appreciate when you share my videos, and when you comment. I love to engage with the comments. And if maybe coaching isn't for you, maybe it's for someone that you know. Maybe this life coaching can help someone that is just kind of floundering in their life, and they just need a steady hand. And I'm very good at taking you through this process. That, and along with the self-talk, the positive self-talk for success language that you can get from in the description. You can start that right away, and I would highly suggest that. That is amazing. And then you add my coaching to that, and that is a game changer. It is an absolute game changer, because we meet once a week, and I'm going to start, and I will announce very soon, but I'm going to do some group coaching, and I think no more than 5 in the group. So I'll be putting that on my website, LynnieMotivates.com, for all pricing and everything, all the packages. So look for that. It will. I think that'll help a lot of people to really start to bring into their lives what they really truly desire, and to really help them to focus on what is it that they really want? Like, what is it that you really want? What do you want in your life? Have you just stopped and said, like, asked yourself and just sat back, closed your eyes and said, what do I really want? Like, what do I want out of life? Who am I? What am I doing here? Like, when I look back at the end of my life, when I look back, what am I looking back at? What do I want to have accomplished? What would make me so happy looking back? Like, these are the kinds of questions that I help you to ask yourself. And we work through these things, and I give you these little assignments I talked about earlier that really take you. They're not at all difficult. They're very revealing. And a lot of them are just so much fun, because you learn a lot about yourself, and you also learn a lot about how you're thinking, and that just brings this awareness. And awareness just means paying attention. And wherever you pay attention, you're putting your focus, and that brings energy. So it's truly, it's not therapy in any way. It's not counseling. It's not advice. It literally is you with the questions that I bring, you answering the questions, you creating your goals, me guiding you, and you achieving, and you building your self-esteem. It's a beautiful, beautiful process, and can help you immensely. And if it's not for you, maybe you know someone that it could help. Somebody struggling in their career, somebody struggling with their health, somebody struggling in life in some area, and they just feel a little stuck. Then we can unstick them. Because stuck is a state of mind. And when you see the possibilities and the solutions, when you actually, your perspective shifts, it's humungarungus. So I love you so very, very mucho. And I will read June 1st one last time. I never let myself overstress or get upset with the unimportant things in life. I take life seriously, but never more seriously than it deserves to be taken. I stay practical, always keep my balance, make sure my vision of tomorrow is clear and strong, and let the small things pass. And you will. They will no longer, those small things will no longer take up that extra energy that you really don't even want to give it, or him, or her, or them, or the situation, or whatever. You will be free. You will break the shackles of those kinds of things, because they're all just programs. And your mental programs can be changed from negative to positive, to unempowering, disempowering, to empowering. And you can do that. You can do anything, be anything, change anything. You are unlimited. You are limitless, and you can do anything. I love you so very, very much. You can find your purpose, and I hope that you are actively searching for it. And you can be, do, change, all the things that you can possibly think of. And I love you so very, very much. And as always, shining my light to brighten yours. And I'll let you see the sunset here. I'll let you. Isn't that nice of me to let you? Just show you a little bit of the sunset. There's the puppies. Let me see if you can see them. Yep, there they are. Just gorgeous. The Sangre de Cristo Mountains, just beautiful. Thank you for joining me this evening. And I love you so very, very much. We will see you tomorrow for June 2nd. See you. Ciao.